Welcome everyone to this new episode of Cold Email Teardown, where we tear down your cold email to help your business grow. The concept is pretty simple. You send us your cold email and we invite a cold email expert to tear it down and write it again. Today, I'm more than happy to welcome Robbie, Managing Director of My Brightside. Robbie, welcome. Can you tell us a bit more about who you are and what you do with My Brightside?
Yeah, great to be here, Simon. Hi, guys. Thanks for having us on. Been looking forward to this one, Simon. So I'm the Managing Director at My Brightside. We're the UK's leading B2B lead generation agency. My team are awesome at creating multi-touch and omni-channel lead gen campaigns. They really convert. That's the key thing, is getting conversions. Everything we do is humanized and hyper-personalized as well. We use intelligent data, including intent data as well. And our appointment setting team are set up to book meetings for our clients. So we do the whole end-to-end service, all the super slick dashboards, and it all integrates into your CRM. But obviously a key step to those metrics are getting emails that people reply to, right?
Dope. Yeah, I completely agree. Really happy to have you. Let's dive right into it. On today's episode, we're going to break down a cold email sent by the owner of a video production company. So let's check it out together. The first thing to know about this cold email is the objective. The goal was to start conversation with business in a new area. So let's break it down to see what worked and what could be improved. So the first thing to notice here, there is no subject line. However, the body of the email goes like this. Hi, first name. I just gave you a call, but I couldn't reach you. I have just moved to Ewell and I would love to meet other business owner in the area. Do you have a few minutes to catch up next week? And if you do you take your coffee in person or virtually? I'm happy to do either. Then something pretty interesting here. The cold email sender is using Lemlist, so he added a personalized image where we can see that automatically the first name of the prospect is inserted on the coffee cup. And then below it goes like this. Let me know which date suits you best, and then the signature. So Robbie, I do believe that there is quite a lot of things to say about this email. So first of all, what are your thoughts about what is pretty good and what could be improved?
Okay, so I think the first thing was, it's good that there is a local element to this, right? So locality and geography really helps in terms of getting conversation started. And the only thing here is it's not very clear what value the recipient's getting. So you've got to ask yourself, really, would you reply to this email, right? That's the first thing to ask yourself. Now, just because I've moved to an area doesn't mean that I, as a recipient, wants to have a chat with you. So it's a great opener for sure, but definitely needs more context. The other thing I would say is, I believe this is the first email. I know we're looking at one email, but we'd be looking to break this out into a few emails. And I would probably save the image for maybe the second email or for the third email, just because if you've moved to a new area, you want to come across quite human. Really, sending an image on the first email might not be what you do to introduce yourself. You can definitely amp it up as you move along. And then the only other thing on this one, I think, is the call to action needs to be a bit more grabbing. Let me know which day suits you best. It's cool, it's kind, it's nice, but I'm not jumping off the page here to reply to the email. So a stronger call to action that probably adds a bit of value here. Maybe coffee's on me or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's a good start, but it just needs a bit more work.
Actually, I do agree completely with you. I think what's dope about this email is the networking approach, which is, in my opinion, clearly underrated. You can book a lot of meetings, and this is what we do a lot with any new employees joining the company. For example, at Lemlist, launching networking campaigns is a great way. It's a strong advantage when you have nothing to sell sometimes to book meeting with people. But I agree with you, plenty of things could be improved in this approach. So I'm really curious, how would you rewrite this cold email?
Okay, well, there's loads of ways to do it, right? There's no right answer. I think the first thing I would do is I'd break it out into probably 3 emails, into a bit more of a human cadence, right? I'm trying to get this person's attention and I want to come across sincere. So immediately I'd be trying to humanize this a bit more. So using some features like liquid syntax to add in, good morning, or hope you're having a good afternoon, or something you might actually write if you're sat there penning out this email while you're doing your research. I'd also add in something around the company name. We've mentioned here that I could give you a call but couldn't reach you. I've just moved to Ewell and love to know a little bit more, maybe a little bit more about the company name would be better. So in that instance, you're showing you've done a bit of research here. You're showing that you actually are interested in what they do, as well as just connecting with them. And then in the call to action, maybe just make it a bit sexier by adding in maybe a suggested day, get a bit more committal coming across in the first email. We probably then follow up with a second email. Something that's super effective is just asking the question if there's any thoughts. Obviously, if you're using somebody like Lemlist, you'd be able to make sure this is being delivered as a thread as well, so that the recipient can just scroll down and see the email before. But maybe just reference that are any thoughts, and we'll also try to connect with you on LinkedIn as well if you're using a multi-touch or an omni-channel approach, which we do and we recommend doing. So I'd do that. And maybe the second email as well was try and make this look like you're doing a quick follow-up on the fly as you're moving around. So maybe rather than having a full signature, have something like sent from iPhone or sent from Android at the bottom. So it just looks like you're following up, you thought about them and you're just in between meetings or something and you're on your phone, just quickly following up. That's the impression you want to give to the recipient. We find that second email gets loads of replies, basically, because you normally get a sorry, another chance to reply or something like that.
I love it. And I agree with you. People tend to forget that the answers and the money comes from the follow-ups. It's not like an option. It's a must-have. You always should add a follow-up to your emails. And I agree also, even though for deliverability reason, there is plenty of criteria to think about, making sure that you add the personalized image in the second or third email is also a good move to make sure 100% that your first email is going to land in the inbox of your prospect. So what do you think are the key points that would make this quick sequences of 3 email works better than the initial cold email?
I would say in this instance, because we've got a strong context that they're local, maybe the personalized opener comes later on in the message flow. I mean, it's something we've built our own tech out to do, and is, there's good ways to do that and bad ways to do it. But if you do it in a good way, it shows you've properly researched them. Absolutely adds liquid syntax in there. Overusing it can be bad, but certainly for good mornings and good afternoons and things, it's always a winner. And the personalized image, okay, this is quite cool. If we find that if you use the personalized image in the final email or the final message, it always works best. Now, we've got quite a cool series of images that we use and GIFs that we use that are more of a funny kind of breakup use of it, which the guys can get in contact with us and ask us how to do that. But always have the image in the end. And the key on this one, the key on this one is just follow up in a human way. That's really key because you're trying to start a conversation in this instance.
Robbie, thanks a lot for all of those insights. I think it's really valuable for anyone looking to leverage networking with cold email sequences. Thanks for joining today.
No problem, Simon. See you soon.
And guys, if you want your cold email to be analyzed by our team of experts too, just fill out the form below. And if you want Robbie and his team to help you out in your strategy, you'll find all of the information in the description below. Bye-bye.